Let's see if we can get it to work. I wonder if I pull that back. Move this. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my system to see if I can get a better signal somehow. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Well, we won't know until I actually start moving around and doing stuff, but yeah. Maybe I just can't stream that one daily mission. That's kind of a bummer. But we got it done. So now, let me look at... what I have left to do. Okay, infiltration, operations, and I have my 400% on. Okay. I can do 2 of those. Which one though? I'm gonna do the chapel mysteries and not a fan. The daily missions are kind of garbage today, as far as that stuff goes. Alright, I'll just sit down and wait. do it one more time. Miso peanut pasta salad. That sounds like it'd be super salty. I think miso is normally. Usually that's an Asian cuisine, right? They put it in Asian cuisines, I think. Like ramen. I thought I heard of miso ramen. Maybe I'm wrong. You'll have to forgive me. I woke up not too long ago. Okay, we'll do one more of these. Wow. Okay, that gets that done and out of the way quick. want to see something. Oh, okay. The missions are not that good. Okay. A lot of people on for Monday. What the heck? Do a lot of people get Mondays off or something? I don't know.
Detected signs of life inside a nearby RK receptor.
Descendant. Enemy troops are being transferred in large numbers.
Somebody got mad. I guess they felt like they couldn't do enough. Sorry.
Deploying RK. I am the original. Oh my!
Mission complete. Transport inbound.
You okay, Panda Bear? You're okay. Mommy's here. You're okay. Oh. You okay? Sweetie? You okay, my baby? Hang tight. It might be Panda Pet time. Are you alright? Yeah, you got your water there. Good boy. Okay. So I have to do one more Sigma sector.
This is Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendant, stop the enemy troop deployment.
Captain Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original. Oh my!
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport.
Okay. Oh, shit. Now we'll have to see if Axion's, what's going on out there, if it's still invaded. If it's still invaded, I gotta go do other stuff in the meantime. Well, I say invaded, but if the boss out there spawned. Sorry, I was playing Division this morning. And there was an invaded mission, so... This shit gets so boring and repetitive, I'm kinda over it now. But you get good resources, so that's why I keep doing it. Let me see something else too. Hold on a minute. Accept these, delete that. Go over here. Yep, I figured I'd have enough for that. Oh, so they're both the same. Well, let's keep buying one of each. I don't know. So Axion and Void Vessel. So Void Vessel solo. I have to change to my Valby. Okay, there's a couple guys out there. Shit, I should have changed sooner. Okay, let's go. Let's go, 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 go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry hard, hurry hard. It's like curling. You know, the sport. Hurry hard, hurry hard. It sounds kind of dirty.
inside the operation zone. Vulgus Special Assault Ship identified. Vulgus Special Assault Ship spotted over the operation zone. Picking up void mutant signals. Be careful. ship spotted. Protection target nearby. I'll guide you to the location. Descendant, requesting takedown of enemy assault ship.
I get dizzy doing this, but it helps protect it. Give me a second. Okay. So that should be my 2 dailies out here. Let me double check. Yeah, think fuck. Now I can go on to something I can do independently. Okay. So now switch up to Bunny. Again, 400%. And delete all this shit. And we should be able to breeze through this independently, as per usual. I just want to check something else before I head into this, because I really don't think it's worth doing that other new mission unless you have like keys to open the boxes, and I don't until they maybe make another way of earning keys. How do I get to it though? Hold on a minute. So you get mystery coins. And so I think mystery coins are for in your lounge in here. Yeah, like I have 43,000. I don't need any more mystery coin. Yeah. And the other thing is, well, I don't own that. There's a couple things I don't own in the gold tier. Okay, so they've added some new stuff. So I had everything before. Ezimo. No, this one. Okay, so I could buy some of these boxes now, I guess. And what about here? Do I own all these? Doesn't tell me. Oh, here we go. Alright. So let's buy some boxes and try our luck. Okay, nothing new. Buy another 10. Got a couple new items there and there. Okay, let me hover over this again, see what I own. Okay, there's still something I don't own there. So 2 items so far. Is that really the only way? 3, 4. Okay, so there's still some. Let's keep going. Do one more time. Oh, there we go. We got something else. Alright, so now do we have everything? Let's see. Nope. Still missing Lepic. And there's the Lepic. Alright, now let's see. Oh, we don't own Glay, so we're missing 1 so far. 2. 3. 3 items from what I can see. So we'll keep trying until we get those 3. Two now. One now. Okay, which one am I missing? So I know. Freyna, classic. Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye for that. This is crazy. It's not giving it to me. There it is. I got it. Okay. Purchase collectible. Exchange. Okay, here we go. We can buy some stuff too. Okay, so next time, quick nap. And those are harder to come by, those coins. So yeah, I really don't need to do farming of that mission daily. Unless I have the other keys. It doesn't make sense, so we'll just do Void Vessel and call it. I don't see any point. And I own everything, like, basically in the lounge except for those other items that you get from the coins that are harder to get. And I mean, I play day in, day out, every single daily, so that lets you know how hard those things are probably to get. The mystery coins are more common. Whoa. time. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. One more time. Do, 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 do. I wish I could play it, but, you know, copyright stuff. One more time, it's time to celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. That's one thing I wish I could do is stream music and not have any bullshit. Especially if you're not making money. It shouldn't be a problem. It's essentially free advertising for musicians. But, you know, it's really the record companies that have problems with it. Not really the artists, I don't think. The artists are like cool, free advertising. Most of them are like that. Unless you're somebody like, probably somebody like Hope Sandoval. Oh my god. I'm gonna tell you a story about that. So I really like this band, like the music and, you know, the lyrics and the singer's voice of Hope Sandoval of this band called Mazzy Star. It's this, you know, band from the 90s, I think. Like songs like Fade Into You, and then there's something December. I remember liking that song. I forget what it's called. But anyways, I was really into their music for a minute, like, you know, enjoyed it. And I got so freaking stoked when I found out Hope Sandoval was coming to Toronto. I was like, holy shit, she's gonna be playing Toronto. Dude, it was the weirdest show I've ever been to. Shit you not. Okay, so I am pretty sure she's got some element of social anxiety. But, I mean, Sia does too, I think, a little bit. Because, you know, she wears the wig to cover her face. She never used to do that when I was at her shows, but, you know, shit got pretty bad, I think, that she, you know, decided to do that. And, you know, good for her, she can still function in a challenging business and, you know, deal with what anxiety she has while still trying to make her money, you know? But, Hope Sandoval, like, literally, she had to have all the lights, like, pitch black, and a video screen playing in the background, and it was, like, all fucking dark. You couldn't see shit. And then the weirdest thing is, if she saw anybody taking pictures, she would, like, I didn't because, like, I knew we couldn't, like, there was rules against it, and just seeing how she was with the fans, I thought, what a cunt. She would point at the people taking photos or video or whatever, and tell her security, like, tell them to stop, take the camera away from them and stuff like that. I thought, what a cunt. Like, these people pay good money to come to your show. Every fucking artist allows, you know, video, pictures. Like, it's a moment. Like, it's a privilege, yes, to be at your concert, but you're not hurting anybody by taking photos and videos. And if you have problems with that, then maybe you shouldn't be in that business. You know what I mean? It's pretty much a given. Or, like, you know, find ways to cope like Sia did. But yeah, she had to have, like, all her fucking lights dark. It was the weirdest show. Like, she's got a good voice, she's talented, but the personality, just who she is as a person, is not the best. And it's sad because, you know, when you look up to somebody, or you're like, oh, they're a role model kind of thing, and you're like, oh, they're cool, you know, it's like, imagine, oh my god, if Madonna was that way or something when I met her, I would have been so fucking disappointed, or even Sia herself. But no, they were good, they were nice, they were approachable, not rude. Yeah, even to get Hope Sandoval's autograph, I had to hand my CD cover to one of the, I guess, like security guards, and he had to go in, you know, she would not come out to greet fans. He had to go in to get her to sign it. I mean, at least she did that. I'll give her credit for that. But then, like, yeah, she wouldn't come out to sign anything or just, you know, some celebrities are like that. They have a bit of talent and then they let it get to their head and then they're like, I don't want to interact with the fans at all. And it's like, well, bitch, they're paying your bills. Like, you know, you should be grateful. I understand, like, people have weird encounters with fans, but that's what security guards are for, you know what I mean? You have your security come out with you and protect you. But, yeah, she was a real cunt. Like, even my mom said she was a bitch. And she would, yeah, point at fans that paid good money to come to her show. I think it was at the Mod Club. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. In Toronto. And she, yeah, she would point at them and then say, like, to the security, take away their camera. Or get them to delete the, you know, photo or video. Like, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, dude, like... You're just taking a photo, and if you have that much problem with your appearance, like, or whatever, then you shouldn't be in the public eye. You can do what other singers do, like, that maybe don't want to deal with, like, you know, the celebrity so much. They write songs for other artists, even. Or just have a strict thing with your label, saying, if you want me on your label, I refuse to tour, you know, because I can't handle being around, you know, fans and shit. But yeah, it's a real weird dynamic there. But I thought she was quite the bitch. I don't know if she's changed, but that was an awful experience. That was probably one of my worst. When you, like... The other really bad experience, and it wasn't that I was going to see him, I was going to see Jennifer Garner at TIFF. I met her. She's pretty cool. She's very down to earth. Seems very, like... I mean, she's kind of serious. More serious than she looks in interviews and stuff. But she was friendly. She signed for a lot of people. I was like the dork yelling, I loved you in Alias! She's probably like, oh my god. Got one of those cuckoo people here. But yeah, I had to let her know because that show and Dark Angel with Jessica Alba were like my two favorite shows growing up. They were my role models, kind of. And so, yeah, that was awesome to get to see her in person. And yeah, she signed a photo for me and stuff. I have some photos of it too. But I went to see her, and it was at a movie premiere for kind of a strange film, Men, Women, and Children. It has Jennifer Garner, Adam Sandler, and I don't know who else. I forget. There's somebody else. I think it's a younger actor who was popular or something. But it was a weird film from what I remember. And anyway, that day I saw Adam Sandler. He like walked or stoned or something. He like walked by and like just like was looking out into space and then like clapped his hands and laughed. And both my mom and I were looking like, what the fuck? And like there was this guy that had waited like all day to like meet him and get an autograph, and like other fans were wanting to, you know, get his autograph or whatever. I didn't give a shit. You know, I was just like, oh cool, it's Adam Sandler. But yeah, he walked past all the fans. Both times, during the day, earlier when I was there, and then after the film premiere, like when they leave. He walked past, didn't sign for anybody, didn't do pictures and nothing, just, yeah. And I thought, what an asshole. And I remember seeing a clip online. This guy, he goes around joking around with celebrities. He'll go up to them and go, hey, what do you do for a living, right? And most of the celebrities will laugh and joke back with the guy, knowing that he's like joking around. Maybe they've seen his videos or they just think it's funny. And they'll joke back with the guy. Well, when the guy went up to Adam Sandler and said, hey, what do you do for a living? He like went to punch him. Yeah. So, I mean, There's really nice celebrities, but then there's also asshole celebrities. I was disappointed by that immensely because Adam Sandler's movies, like, I grew up watching those, like, you know, Happy Gilmore, and he did some movies with Ron Schneider, I think his name is. Forget which ones he did, but some of those. Little Nicky was another one, I think. There was different, you know, Adam Sandler movies. Like, he was more popular in the 90s than he is now. But yeah, like, I grew up watching his movies and shit, and so I'm like, oh my god, like, when you see how, like, ego-centric some of them are, it's like, don't waste your money. You know?
Warning. Large-scale dimensional breach
I wouldn't.
progress. Colossus
So now I
arrives
can't
imminent.
even watch an Adam Sandler movie,
Interference. Activate.
just because I'm like, I see the real person, what he's like, you know? And I'm just like, oh, totally ruined it. I mean, we all have our days. I mean, I can be a cunt too, right? We all know that. But, yeah, just... I don't know. But enough with my stories. I have really good stories too of celebrity encounters, like the best celebrities I've met. As far as niceness, of course, Sia, Katie Tunstall, Madonna, she was pretty nice. She was quiet, but she was nice. Mabel, she was incredibly nice. She also has social anxiety. She got married last year, which is so awesome. I'm trying to think of other people. Christine Evans, but people probably wouldn't know her. She doesn't do music anymore, though. I'm kind of sad. Not publicly, at least. Yeah, I've met quite a bit of people. Keanu Reeves, he was so-so. A lot of people, like the female fans, understandably were asking him for a hug. I asked him for a hug. I got a hug. But he was like saying, as he was hugging people, like, what's up with everybody asking for all the hugs today? Like, he was uncomfortable with it, right? My friend asked him for a hug. My friend Julia, he said no to her. I felt really bad, and she was really wounded, like, and hurt. And yeah, I don't blame her. I would be too. I'd be like, what the fuck? But I think he was just feeling overwhelmed. And then he signed, photos for her and I. And I told him I came all the way from Hamilton, where I'm from, and I'm about an hour away from Toronto, which is where he grew up. And he goes, oh my gosh, you're crazy. But you know what? I'll tell you what's fucking crazy. One of the women that... And by the way, my trip was free, which was so nice. Somebody got me my plane trip to Chicago to meet him at Chicago Ridge Fest. You don't believe me? Go search it up. It exists. And he was playing with his band Becky, not his band Dogstar. He wasn't with Dogstar like at that time. He had like retired from Dogstar, but I think they started back up again recently. And so yeah, and that's where I also met Julia, like for the first time. And it was an interesting experience. The lady that, got my plane ticket, like I think she used Air Miles or something, which is so cool. She was supposed to come with me, but she ended up getting sick, so she said, go have fun and come back with a great story. And so like after we met up and got dinner, and she's like, tell me what happened, like what was your experience? And so I told her and showed her pictures and stuff, and she thought it was awesome. But I felt bad that she couldn't go too. But the one woman, not her, not Julia, not this other woman that bought my ticket, but there was one woman named Audie who we were all sharing like a hotel room, to make things cheaper and stuff. she was crazy. Like, she sold, what was it? Like, she took out a mortgage or something on her house, some crazy shit, just in order that she could follow Keanu around. I was like, dude, like, from not just that day, but from like different days. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. That is the definition of nuts. If it's something affecting your real life and your stability, and you're putting it on the line to follow around a celebrity, yeah, that's a little wackadoodle. But anyways, and I remember at one point in the morning, Julia had to get up to go to the bathroom, and she's like, "Where are you going?" And Julia's like, I just need to use the restroom. Like, what the hell? And she's like, I swear she thought I was going to go see Keanu Reeves or whatever, because this is the wild thing. He was staying in our fucking hotel, too. That same hotel we were in, he ended up staying at it. It was, in Oaklawn, Illinois. And it was a circular hotel, a Hilton hotel. Like, it's kind of a, like a round, tall building. I forget. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll give you the exact name of that hotel. Maybe I can even find something. Oaklawn Hilton. Hilton, Chicago, Oaklawn. Yep. Hilton, Chicago, Oaklawn. It was the most interesting hotel I've ever stayed in. It was a round circular hotel. And let me see if I search Keanu. Yeah, somebody on Reddit said, I saw him at Oaklawn Chicago Ridge Fest a few years back. We stalked him at the Hilton. He was staying, but he went to eat at a pub nearby instead. What? Let me see this thread. Instead of straight to his room. It's funny. So you can see that thread on Reddit too, probably, if you search Oaklawn Hilton Keanu Reeves. I should reply to that thread and be like, I was staying at that hotel too. My friends were like, what floor is he on? What floor is he on? I'm like, dude, don't bug him. Let the guy just be at peace, like, But yeah, I have some wild, like, celebrity stories people would not fucking believe happened, but they did. Like, really cool experiences. Like, one is Sia, like, different times, like, I would go to her concerts. Like, I was a hardcore Sia fan. I'd go to every single show she did in Toronto. Solo, and then, like, with 07. But anyways, the one time she came to do a performance, like, with 07, it was on Toronto Island. I'm gonna guess it was 2007-ish. I can't remember. I'd have to look in my history, or look for my lanyard, I think it's called, a thing that you wear around your neck. But anyways, it was a festival, and 07 was playing it, and she was part of it, and she, announced on her forums and stuff that she was going to be, playing with 07 at this concert. And so I had wrote her privately because back in the day she had a message board and you could actually write Sia. Isn't that crazy? And she was open to it. And I told her, like, because she knew who I was and I had been to her shows and stuff. I'd met her. And I said to her, I'm sorry, I won't be able to make your show. I really want to, but I can't afford it. But I'll catch your next one when you do it solo. Because it was expensive, like, because it's a big festival, right? And she goes, no, 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 don't worry. I'm like, what? She's like, no, 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 don't worry. I'll give you and your mom, tickets. I was like, no fucking way. This is how cool Sia is. And so we go there and we go to the gates where, she told us we'll have to go to, let them know our names and that, and it should be down. They have names written down for special guests or whatever on a paper. And so we went up, and then they marked down our names and said, yeah, got you here. He handed us, 2 tickets, and then we had VIP lanyards. You know, those, things you wear around your neck, for special guests or whatever, that allow you, backstage access or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. And there was good bands playing. I think, was it Massive Attack or something too? But anyways, I never went backstage. Apparently, it could have got me backstage to a certain point or something. But I didn't do that out of respect for, the people and the artists. I try to be respectful of their space, And that day when I got to meet Sia again, she's like, how did you get that? And I says, I don't know, they just gave it to us. And she's like, oh wow, so we weren't supposed to actually get those. It was just the tickets, which I was totally fine with. But yeah, they gave us the lanyards, which was pretty wild. But I told her, I says, I would never go backstage or anything, But yeah, one of the fans thought I was Sia's sister too. I'm like, no, just a fan. I'm like, what? We don't even look alike. But yeah, I have so many stories. People would think I'm making shit up, but no. Really, really fun times. I can't do that anymore. And so I can only reflect on those happy moments. I definitely can't do it anymore with my mom because my mom's got congestive heart failure. And it's pretty bad. But we would go to concerts together, and I'm glad we created those memories, because we can both look back and reflect on it and be happy. I said to my mom, would you ever go to a concert again? She goes, I probably couldn't. But I said, what if it was sitting? She goes, maybe then I could. But she goes, yeah, it might be, too much for me for standing, concerts. So I would have to be an arena show or something. But yeah, I miss those times. That was my hobby, what I used to do. I'd listen to music or watch movies, and then if, the person I looked up to or respected was, coming to my area, I would try to go see them. So, yeah. Anyway, we're finished. I'm just going on reminiscing here. But yeah, we're finished for the day on here. So I'm gonna go over to Call of Duty and just kind of have a quick look at what's going on over there. Whether I stay on there, I don't know. But sometimes I get moody after playing it, and so I don't want to really be in a bad mood. But yeah, I'll have a look. I'll catch you guys around.